In today's video, we're going to be talking about my past life regression as an extraterrestrial being from Andromeda. Now, this regression that I did, it was the first regression that I've had as an extraterrestrial being because there are more. Now, when I first arrived to the scene, I was on a planet that was not Earth. It was brown, it was desolate, there was nothing on it. I look around and I see that there's some other beings there, and I notice that they're working on something. They're like digging into the planet, trying to extract something. Now, when you do a past life regression, really, I will just say in my own experience, not only do I see visuals, but I also receive information at the same time. So it'll be as if you just have a knowing of something, even if in the scene it's not completely being translated to you. Now I'm on this planet and I'm looking around and I see these beings that are extraterrestrials. They're digging for this mineral. It's some type of liquid mineral that they use in dealing with some type of experimentation slash like regeneration and healing of the human body. Now I'm told to look down at myself and to see if I'm one of these beings, what I look like. I notice that I am one of these beings. I have long fingers, I have round, dark, like rubbery skin. I'm wearing like a suit, it's like a protective suit. Not only that, but these beings, as well as myself, look bug-like. I will actually compare it to an ant. If you ever looked up an ant being or kind of like imagine what an ant being would look like a giant ant as an extraterrestrial, that's what it was. Now, in receiving information, I received that these extraterrestrials actually use this liquid mineral in the human body to basically test and try to correct any health issues that have infiltrated the body system. Now, the humans that they deal with, they are the same ones that are brought back repeatedly because it's a trial and error process. So it's administer the liquid substance that comes from this planet and then put it into the bloodstream. And by the way, this liquid mineral is undetectable by our technology here on Earth. It helps to slow down any illnesses of the body. Not only that, but I also did receive that these illnesses in the human body, they are created by thought alone. Thought is energy and energy manifest. Now these ant beings, they care tremendously about the humans. They don't want to traumatize them. They don't want anything bad to happen to them. They don't want to harm them. They just purely want to help, and that is it. They use a form of telepathy for their communication as well as a form of telekinesis of energy into the human mind to basically suppress that memory of that situation of what happened. Now in the next scene, I'm still this extraterrestrial being and I'm actually in a woman's room and the woman is sleeping on the bed and I'm just observing her. And in observing her, I realize that I am extremely tall. I'm basically to the ceiling of the room and I am definitely an ant being. Now what I also received that was actually really interesting is that these ant beings had a involvement in I guess I'll say the de-escalation of the COVID illness. They were very much aware that there was this rampant illness that was here on Earth that was very destructive and causing a lot of chaos as well as just lowering the energy of the entire planet based off of fear. Now what they did was they went into hyperdrive and they influxed the amount of involvement that they had with humans. And in doing so, they've helped to mutate the COVID virus. They helped mutate the COVID virus to the point where it got to a point where it wasn't even anything close to as harmful as it was in the beginning. Now this can be kind of confusing to some people that aren't aware of how timelines work, and you might be thinking like, how is this a past life if it's like COVID was just, like not that long ago and you're this age? I completely understand it, but what also came to me is that our energies, our souls split, okay? Our souls are split into just slivers of souls. Okay, so you will have different parts of you having different experiences all at the same time. And the reason for this is for the rapid evolvement of your soul. Experiences and growth are what will propel you upwards. Something else you may not know about regressions, that if you ever dive into Dolores Cannon books, she actually talks about this extensively, is that these beings that are being connected with when these humans are in trance, these beings have the capability to assist in healing. And that's healing in your body, mind, soul, any aspect of your life when asked and given permission to do so. There's been many an instance where Dolores Cannon has requested these beings to do some type of healing on somebody, and that person has completely let go and healed from whatever illness it was. And sometimes these could have been anything like blindness or just some type of brain tumor. It's just the healing that can be done from these regressions is far beyond what you can even imagine. Now, since my regressionist is very well aware and has read all the Dolores Cannon books, he's implemented in strategies that have been suggested from either Dolores or high vibrational entities. He's taken these little suggestions where they've suggested to Dolores to do something to help people, and he's taken these and he's composed all this information and he applies it towards people that he does these regressions on. Now, in this regression, he requested for some type of rewiring of my brain so that my thought processes are just much more clear and they come from the ultimate source of myself and not from my conscious mind that is racing all over the place. He also asked the being, where did they come from? And the answer was Andromeda. Mind you, I have no knowledge of what Andromeda is. And whenever you're in a trance, stuff will just come out. Like you don't, and there's no way to make this kind of stuff up. There's just not. Especially when you're in a flow of it, it's just basically what it feels like is just like you're just receiving information. It's just coming out. And half the time when you come out of it, you don't even remember what you said because you were in this trance and you opened up yourself to receive information. Also within this regression, being stated that I needed to be doing more activities of a higher vibration. Now my regressionist asked, what type of activities are you talking about? One of the responses was learning how to be true to myself. Participating in low vibrational activities only stalls and blocks the energy flow into your body. And of course, my regressionist asked what my purpose was here on Earth. What the being said was that I was supposed to be doing work here on this earth to raise the vibration, to help raise the vibration on Earth. And the way to do that is by helping others and showing them the way. I'm supposed to be sharing my experiences because of where I came from and how I got to this place, to shed a light and just open up the idea that you don't have to live this stuck life of whatever it is that you're living. You can be happy. You can be happy with yourself. You can love yourself. You can live your most authentic life. And you can be happy and content in that. And you can also not care about what anyone else thinks about you. Now, at the end of our sessions, we always connect to the subconscious mind and ask questions. We ask why those lives were shown to us and what we're supposed to get out of it. My subconscious responded to show her that her mission is great and that in every lifetime, she's had the same type of purpose. It's to raise the energy of the earth, raise the energy of wherever it is that I'm at, raise the consciousness level. I also will share something that I believe I'm supposed to be sharing about this regression, and the question was, how do you release a held on to emotion or experience? Because a lot of times in life, we have things that happen to us and we can't let it go. We can't get over it. And it will bother us and it will bog us down forever. The subconscious responded that you need to consciously release it by giving it focused attention and to have an intention to release that energy from that specific experience. Not only that, but you need to do it consciously. You need to do it consciously so that the energy is completely released from your energetic body. That was the end of my regression as my first experience as an extraterrestrial being from Andromeda, and also the first regression where I was told my purpose is to share knowledge and help raise consciousness, which is exactly why I'm here in front of this camera. Stay tuned for my next video on another regression I had where I was a shaman in South America and had a deep, deep connection to Syrian extraterrestrials. The messages that come out of these regressions are just so transformative and just so beautiful that I'm just so excited to be here sharing all this with you guys. Now, if you like my content, if you can please either hit the like button, share, or comment.
Now the task is done. And what are you doing when the task is done?
To retrieve a person again. It's just, it seems like it's a never-ending cycle. But I also feel that I'm standing in a bedroom with a person that is sleeping, and I think it's a lady, and she's by herself sleeping in the bed, and we do something also with the energy that renders her unconscious so that she doesn't wake up, and then we bring her to the ship.